did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
Orlais would control us. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
A Qunari warrior in full armor. How did he get into the Winter Palace?
An active Illuvian. This was a refuge for elven slaves. This whole valley was a sanctuary created by the dreadwolf Fen'Harel. This doesn't make sense. In Dalish legends, Fen'Harel is our god of misfortune. This is Fen'Harel helping former slaves as a mortal, not a god. This claims the elven gods were just Evaneris, powerful, but completely mortal mages. That's Fen'Harel, removing Dalish Valisleen. Solus said they were used to mark slaves.
Why do Nelfi mirror dump us in the middle of dwarfy things? And why do we keep going through them?
We need to find out what these Qunari were up to. So let's go see, shall we? Look at all that. The Qunari have a huge operation here.
A lot of trouble waiting to happen.
They could bring the whole cabin down. This place isn't stable.
You can practically feel it, can't you? All that rock hanging above your head. Maker, I hate fighting underground.
The spectre of your calling must be quite the burden.
Thinking of me in the deep roads, Lady Vivienne. Everyone's destined to die sometime. Not many can say they'll be doing service to something worthwhile when it happens.
You wear the grey better than I thought, Serenia.
Your mark is glowing again.
Well, maybe the anchor can make itself useful down here. The Qunari were definitely up to something. Excavating that cave-in, maybe.
Who finds a place like this and digs in? What are they doing? How's it not stupid?
Look, someone up ahead. I think he's human.
Stay back! Oh, wait. Your hand. Are you the Inquisitor?
Odd to find a human down in the deep roads at all, let alone one surrounded by Qunari.
We don't have much time. Please, what the Vidasala is doing, you have to stop her.
The Vidasala?
She's the leader of the Qunari here. She hates magic. Her job was to study it and stop it at all costs. Not anymore. I don't care whether you serve Fen'Harel or not. Someone has to stop her.
Why did the Qunari think that the Inquisition serves Fen'Harel?
I don't know. The Vidasala said it, and well, you're Dalish. It made as much sense as anything. We've had agents of Fen'Harel causing trouble all over the crossroads. Sabotage, making spirits attack us. I assume the Inquisition was their army. That you came here because Fen'Harel told you to.
Who are you exactly?
My name is Jeren. Sir Jeren, once. I was a Templar in Kirkwall, until I joined the Qun.
You're Qunari?
Kirkwall was madness, chaos. The Qunari were like the eye of a storm. I stand for order and discipline, protecting the innocent from magic. But this plan, it's as mad as Meredith ever was.
What is it that you want me to stop?
This place is a lyrium mining and processing center. The Qunari need it for... Have you ever heard of Sarabas? It's a mage. Except Qunari mages are much more dangerous than those among humans or elves. Even as a Templar, I'd never seen anything like the power Sarabas can unleash. And now Vidasala is giving them lyrium. A lot of lyrium. It's part of something she calls Dragon's Breath. There's more to it than that, but I couldn't find out what. The Qunari don't like it when you ask too many questions.
Where are we? Why are there elven mirrors in the deep roads?
This place is close to something like a lyrium spring. The more we mine, the more there seems to be. As for the mirrors, I don't know. Maybe the elves were mining here too.
What are you doing down here?
The Canary wanted me to teach them everything I knew about lyrium. Where it comes from, everything it can do, how we put it to use. I knew enough from my time in the Order. They figured out more. I'm not sure how. Maybe they got to the Carter.
The Canary can't be mining their own lyrium. It kills anyone who tries, other than dwarves.
It killed the Canary at first. But Canary workers have a discipline only Tranquil can match. And they're quick learners. They figured it out.
That's not seriously the name of the plan, is it? Dragon's Breath.
You know that most Dragon's Breath destroys everything in its path, right? She said it would save the South. That can mean only one thing. An invasion. This mine is the only source of lyrium the Canary have. They're using Gatlock, the explosive powder in the round casks, to mine, so they don't have to touch raw lyrium. If you get the primers from Central Supply, you can prime the Gatlock and detonate it. The mines will go up in flames.
All right, I'll try to stop them here.
I doubt my blessing counts for much now, but make her watch over you. Deep Stalkers and Cave-ins will cut off reinforcements, but they'll still come when they hear trouble. You've got to find the Vidasala to end this war before it begins.
There's no telling how bad things will get when I destroy the mine. You'd better get moving.
I will. Good luck, Inquisitor.
Let's go. We have a lyrium mine to ruin.
Why are dwarves so short but carve their tunnels so tall?
They choose to show their stature in other ways. Or it's compensation.
Okay, the second obvious reason it's funny you answered. You're swinging a giant sword around.
That's not compensation. That's a counterweight.
So stupid.
We saw the Kunari make these things explode. Maybe we can use them to get out of here.
Sneaksies, nick the primers, make everything go boom!
Are you quite all right, Inquisitor? It hasn't escaped me that the anchor is acting up.
When it flares, I feel the pain from my palm to my jawbone.
When we return to the palace, I'll find you something to ease that. Dorian and I will have to put our heads together, but we should find some way to slow it down.
Let's get out of here and warn the others about this Dragon's Breath plan.
Hopefully before this place floods any worse. Look at the water!
Mind, Inquisitor.
So, who gets to tell Cullen and Josephine we're probably at war with the Cure? Anyone?
As if!
They're going to kill me.
Dragon's breath. The Canary always enjoy their metaphors.
But what does it mean?
Who knows? Canary agents moving through Illuvians to attack the south is bad enough already.
I still do not understand why they accused the Inquisition of serving Fen'Harel.
We know that Mythal actually exists. It's possible Fen'Harel is still here in some form, too.
What you describe in the ruins certainly implies that the Dread Wolf of Elven legend is a real person.
But how does that implicate us? What made them decide that the Inquisition serves this Fen'Harel?
Hopefully we will learn more after we have stopped them.
Let's see the Exalted Council try to disband the Inquisition after we've saved them from this Dragon's Breath.
We must find out what Dragon's Breath is first. For now, our only lead is the Canary leader, the Vidasala.
Gentlemen!
My apologies, Lady Josephine. There has been an incident with one of your soldiers.
How dare you? It was bad enough that the Inquisition chose not to inform the Exalted Council of the Kunari corpse.
Ole would have been happy to help with the matter.
But now your own guards are attacking servants? You have overstepped your bounds.
We have more important things to worry about than scuffling soldiers.
While the Exalted Council is our foremost priority, the Inquisitor will, of course, address this matter personally.
Thank you, Inquisitor. always stands ready to assist the Inquisition, as always.
Secrets and lies. Do you understand why we fear your Inquisition? You act as if you're the solution to every problem. How long before you drag us into another war?
What's going on here?
The Orlesians tried to take one of our people, Inquisitor. We've secured the area.
This is the Winter Palace. You cannot simply seize control when one of your guards attacks a servant.
The Inquisition is handling this. When some noble commits a crime of fashion, you can take over.
I only asked what he was doing.
And when I refused to bow to the Inquisition's dogs, you attacked me! How would you like us to handle the situation, Inquisitor?
That barrel there, where did it come from?
I was ordered to bring wine for the guests.
You're lying.
Your Inquisition soldiers are completely out of control.
No, we're in control. Keep talking and you'll find yourself in chains.
Please take the servant into custody.
Right away, Your Worship.
Inquisitor?
Ambassador Montillier will explain later. For now, please hold the servant for questioning.
As you say, Inquisitor. Lord Cyril will hear about this.
Inquisitor, I also found this by the barrel. I can't read the language.
Did you resolve the problem with the guard?
The guard is the least of our problems. Someone smuggled Gatlock barrels into the Winter Palace.
Smile, Inquisitor. There are many eyes upon us. At least now we know the true extent of the dragon's breath.
How are you still smiling?
Years of training as a bard, Inquisitor. We cannot show weakness now. Enemies could be watching, or we can let them seize idle conversation between two friends.
You think the dragon's breath is these Gatlock barrels?
Of course. A surprise attack, even through the Illuvians, would have met fierce resistance. But if everyone at the Exalted Council died in an explosion, the South would be rudderless, vulnerable to attack. This is what Corypheus should have done after the explosion at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. An attack as swift and unstoppable as the breath of a dragon.
The guard who confronted the servant said she found this note near one of the barrels. It looks like Kunari writing.
Let me see. I picked some up from the Iron Bull, though I'm told my accent is atrocious. These are orders for positioning the Gatlock in the palace. When duty has been performed, report to the Vidasala through the mirror marked by a bookcase.
If we're going to find the Vidasala and stop this dragon's breath, this is our chance.
Good. While you do that, I will have agents locate the Gatlock barrels and remove them safely. I will also send word to my foreign contacts. We must see where else this dragon could strike.
An alluvian marked by a bookshelf. This should be it.
Let us get answers from this Vidasala.
Is this some sort of old elven library?
There are traces of some ancient magical catastrophe in the air.
Let's hope we can track down the Vidasala in all this.
Andaran Atishan, Methadra Elven.
More ancient elven.
If you wish, honored Elven, I will speak so your guests understand. I am study. I am a learning thirst. Come, know what has not been lost. New words, new stories. The Kunari would not approach, but we learned their words as well. If you wish to exchange knowledge, they congregate by the lower gate.
What did the old elves use this place for?
This is the Virdirthara, the living knowledge of the Empire. The libraries of every city, the wisdom of every court. A connecting place whose paths are in disarray.
What put this place into disarray?
The Virdirthara was made with world and fade. When they sundered, so did we. Paths broke, knowledge fragmented, many were trapped. I preserve their last words.
What were these old elves' last words?
What happened? Where are the paths? Where are the paths? God save me, the floor is gone. Do not let me fall. Do not let me... On this spot, that is all.
I'm looking for a Kunari named Vidasala. Do you know what she wants here?
Vidasala, yes. She uses scholars and mages for study. They fear this place, but they seek to know the Veil.
We'll be going now.
Know this. An unknown person, not of the Kunari, recently woke the librarians.
An unknown person. Could this be our agent of Fen'Harel?
The librarians facilitated learning before the fracture, before the fall. Now, beware them. They are unwell.
There, Kunari. On that upside-down island.
Looks like a camp up there. Down there? Shit, this place is weird.
Interesting. The anchor is reacting adversely to elven magic.
It doesn't hurt when I cast spells. What's causing this?
I haven't the slightest, my dear. Keep an eye on it.
These Kunari are dead, but there's not a mark on them.
Look at their eyes. They died in fear.
Welcome, welcome. Listen to the last words of those who lived past the fall. How could the dread wolf cast a veil between the world that wakes and the world that dreams? The Evenuris will send people. They will save us. When have you last heard from the gods? When the veil came down, they went silent. What is this veil? What has Fen'Harel done?
Are these records saying Fen'Harel created the veil between our world and the Fade?
Impossible. If there was a time the Veil didn't exist, there would be some mention of it in human history.
You think we could take a couple of these books back with us?
They aren't really books, my dear. They're merely emanations of ideas projected into your mind.
Even if you could take them out of here, they're probably written in ancient Elven, which not even my people can read.
I've never read an Elven novel. I wonder what kind of stories they told.
These blocks are heading toward that upside-down alluvion.
Can we trust this magic?
It's a place of learning. Maybe this Vir-Dathara is helping us find what we need.
Inquisitor, we must look at your hand.
The pain stopped.
It keeps coming back.
More dead Kunari with terrified expressions.
Welcome, and listen to the last words of those who walked this place. If we get out of here, I will end Fen'Harel. After he held back the sky to imprison the gods, the dread wolf disappeared. Lies. We must tear down the veil, the cities, the pathways. Without magic, they're crumbling. You're wasting your time. Fen'Harel's veil has turned our empire to ruins.
So, the ancient Elven Empire collapsed because the veil weakened magic.
If what we're hearing is true, this would have been a disaster beyond measure.
An empire run on more magic than we have ever seen. Perhaps it's best its little secrets remain lost. Look at all of this. What a pity.
I know you like books, Iron Lady, but I never thought I'd hear you lament the loss of Elven literature.
Actually, I meant the elves. To build an entire empire on the foundation of magic.
There's probably worse things to base your civilization around. Coin, the lyrium trade, tradition.
The elves trusted completely that the world as it was would never change. This rubble is the legacy of that trust. If the Kunari can mine lyrium, others can learn the secret. Orzamar's time is ever more swiftly coming to a close.
I know. I don't even want to think about everything it'll break up on the surface when it collapses.
This looks like technical notes. What did the Kunari come here to learn?
The theorems are familiar. The Kunari are wrestling with abstracted magical theory.
Survivor of the breach, herald of change, hero of the South.
The Vidasala, I presume.
After fulfilling your purpose at the breach, It is astonishing to hear you still walked free among your people. Your duty is done, Inquisitor. It is time to end your magic.
The anchor repairs tears in the veil. I would think you'd approve of that.
Is that all it does? Tell me, why hold your hand as if it's begun to pain you? I am no stranger to catastrophe, but this chaos in the south defies comprehension. The Qun left your people to curb your own magic. You've amply proven we should have stepped in long ago.
Is that what Dragon's Breath is for? Murdering our heads of state just to control our magic?
Do you believe closing the breach solved everything? That its consequences stopped there? The day we saw the breach, the Qun decided its action. We would remove your leaders and spare those who toil. This agent of Fenharel has disrupted everything. Lives that were to be spared, lost for him.
Who is this agent? Why do you think they work for the Inquisition?
Kill the Inquisitor, then follow me to the Dargarad.
Demons, dragons, and even darkspawn. Now Qunari. I wonder if we will ever run out of things to fight.
These are Vidisala's papers. She brought mages here to research strengthening the veil. It explains why the Qunari thought it was worth camping here. No wonder the Qunari translated notes into our language. It was for their non-Qunari spies.
Visitors, patrons, welcome. The halls are open.
Can you tell me where a Qunari called Vidisala went?
Yes, we heard much. Although she fooled herself into thinking we could not hear. Take a keystone to the Dargarad. I will join you there soon and take stock of our remaining Gatlock powder.
I found a keystone with one of the Qunari.
Yes, and you need words for their key. Maras Nira. It glows. It will open the way to the Dargarad. May you find what you seek. In coming here, you strengthen the paths. I can now raise one, if you wish to go.
You've been very helpful.
Gil was what the Elven called me. One who guides seekers of knowledge true. I was connection. One city could read the records of another. One Elven feel the memories of another. When the veil fell upon us, I marked the end of all they knew.
Your agents confirm there are Gatlock battles in Denerim's palace?
Yes, and in Val Royeaux and across the Free Marches. The Winter Palace is not the only target.
The Qunari are one order from destroying every noble house in the known world.
There is a bright side. Warning the ambassadors will remind them of the Inquisition's value.
Not when the Inquisition is responsible for that threat.
This is our fault.
Fault? No. But our responsibility.
How did it happen?
The elven servant handling the barrels confessed to working for the Qunari.
But the servant was Orlesian. That implicates Orlais, not us.
But the barrels arrived at the Winter Palace on the Inquisition supply manifest.
How are we supposed to fight a war when we can't even trust our own people?
Do you know who got the barrels onto the Inquisition manifest?
Yes, several of the Inquisition's elven workers have gone missing. I had their backgrounds checked. They joined the Inquisition after fleeing the chaos in Kirkwall.
I remember when Kirkwall was at its worst. Many of the city's elves converted to the Qun, trying to find a better life.
And the Qunari turned them into spies.
The Inquisition stopped Corypheus and saved the world. We can't let an outside threat change who we are.
I fought to protect the Inquisition in this exalted council. And for what? So we could deceive and threaten those we claimed to protect?
Once we locate the spies...
This isn't about the spies. You hid the Qunari body. You've all but seized control of the Winter Palace.
We did what was right, not what was politically convenient.
Do you know what this has cost us with Orlais and Ferelden? They are planning to dismantle us as we speak. And perhaps they are right. Shit, damn it!
We save Ferelden, and they're angry. We save Orlais, and they're angry. We close the breach twice, and my own hand wants to kill me. Could one thing in this fucking world just stay fixed? I need to get to the Davarad. You can all fight amongst yourselves once I'm back.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Would you like us to inform the Exalted Council of the danger?
Yes. If we fail, the Exalted Council needs to know what happened.
I will inform them personally.
Leliana, I can...
No, your job is hard enough already. This is my responsibility.
I'll have guards ready at the Illuvian, in case the Qunari attack the palace.
Make a watch over you.